So this is kind of just a quick little practice sketch. Just this kitty with kind of flattened out ears. You know, that kind of annoyed kitty look. So I'm just kind of getting the feel for the shapes here. And I like to get the feel for the shape before I put pen to paper. This actually is a pen that's running out of ink, and I like those for drawing because that way I can really feel my way through the drawing without overwhelming the drawing with ink. So it's a really good way to use up pens that are kind of wearing out and get every last drop of ink out of them. So just kind of getting the general shape here of Kitty. And again, getting the feel. You know, not just getting the feel for the shape, but also getting the feel for the distance between different parts. And I'm not worrying about overlap, because if I worry about overlap, it interferes with my learning of shapes and things. Just getting the shapes in more than anything. And I correct as I go. Always correcting as I go. If I get quiet, it's usually because I'm focusing. Just kind of get a feel for some tabby stripes in there too. So I've kind of blocked in the basic shape of the cat, and now I'll start kind of picking away at it. And this won't be a completely so-called finished drawing. It's a practice sketch. I often do these kind of sketches to kind of warm up before I'm gonna, do a finished drawing for, preliminary for a watercolor painting or whatever. It's watercolor that I've been working on lately. So one of the things I'm the most careful with is the location and shape of the eyes. So I really kind of feel it out. You see I've got a line in there, and it kind of swoops up from under the ears across here, and it gives me a spot for the eyes, and then I just kind of intuitively get a feel for them, looking at my photo, but also just getting it in the place that feels right. So I like to get the inner corners of the eyes first, and they usually come down just kind of below, like a drop line right from below the corner of the ear. And I go by what I see, but that doesn't always work. Sometimes you just have to give the drawing what it needs. Trust your gut. Your good old intuition, it never lies. The hardest thing is when you're not used to trusting it. It doesn't come as easily, but the more you trust it, the stronger it will get. Let's get some pupils in there. Starting to look like a kitty, isn't it? And then I just kind of get a feel for where the nose would go. Like this is where I really trust my intuition. Up here feels too high. Down here feels too low. This feels about right. And just a simple little triangle. And the mouth, which ends up being, just some quick lines. And I find I get more expression that way. But everyone's different. Get some chin in there. Tabby stripes, that good old M on the forehead. It's a hint. I don't want to get too carried away with tabby stripes. I just like to give a hint because otherwise it overwhelms the drawing with too much information. So I feel like I got a good shape and stuff now. So I'm just going to start picking away at it. And darkening up some of the important lines. I didn't get a tail in yet. Getting a feel for where that tail comes. And the tail ends up being quite small, quite skinny because, you know, only about eye width because it's quite distant. So it's not that it is smaller, it's that it appears smaller. And I try to keep my shapes a little bit irregular because, you know what, they are because of perspective. And it keeps the drawing interesting. You know, a lot of people would try to make each paw look exactly the same as the other, same shape and everything, but that's not the way it works. You know, they probably actually are pretty darn similar in shape, but perspective makes them look a little different. And it keeps the drawing more interesting and real if you know, pay attention to that fact, that they won't necessarily appear the same, even if they are the same. So darkening up a few lines here. And some lines I don't want to darken up that much because there always ends up being some lines that I feel ended up overwhelming the drawing, giving too much information. So those are ones that I wouldn't darken up. The ones I do like to darken up are the, you know, these tabby eye stripes. I just love how the tabby stripes beside the eyes almost like make the cat look like it's wearing glasses. It's wearing sunglasses. So I like to play that up, but that's personal style. You'll do what works for you. Darken the pupils up a bit. It's coming along. And I try not to get too carried away on over fixing because you lose that beautiful impressionistic look. You lose the authenticity. Remember that the best drawings look drawn. These paws are small. They need to be bigger. And I'm feeling like you know, maybe out about here. I'm always correcting as I go, and quite often I end up making the paws too small. And that's something that, you know, I have to keep in mind. And remember, hey, slow down here. Remember, you always make the paws too small. Don't do that this time. And I like to, you know, if you muck around with the mouth a little bit, if you turn the corners up, you can really change the expressive look of the cat. So just play with that more than anything. This kind of helps shape Kitty's face. Don't overdo it. Less is more. Sometimes it's kind of fun to throw in a little bit of just, you know, some warm color to bring it to life a little because, you know, even though it's just a learning sketch, you want it to be a special part of your sketchbook. What I do is I just kind of get the odd little bit of color in there. If I did this through all the lines, it would take away from it. It means more if there's just the odd bit of color in this. You know, this kind of pumps a little light into it too. It's easy to overdo it. So just go easy on it. And, you know, I've got a lot of extra lines, like look at across here and all this crossover, but that doesn't matter because that shows the human, the authenticity, the human effect. It shows that it's actually a drawing. The best drawings look drawn, and you've probably heard me say that before, and I will say it again because it's so important. It's so important to not worry about your drawing looking like a photograph. Your drawing is self-expression. It's part of you. It's like your signature. So don't ever get hung up on expecting it to look perfect, because it never will. Anyways, I like that. I like how Kitty turned out. So I hope you give it a try yourself. Use some of the techniques that I showed you here and add some of your own. Take what I show you and make it your own. Have fun.